you did this before. You have spent lots of time graphing single equations. Now you graph two of them, but you did this in the past also. The key to this is that you're going to get a line going one way, a line going another way, and it's that point right there where we need to find what that point is. So I'm going to graph the first one and then go on to other pages because you get, actually there's something on this one? Oh yes, these two, and then there's some practice on the next ones that you'll be able to do later. So if I'm going to solve by graphing, my preferred way is to change this into y equals mx plus b. So I'm doing that by subtracting 2x on both sides and dividing by 3. So here's one equation right now. So you can follow along for this one, and then I'll do the other one in a moment. -2 and 3, -2 and 3, 2 and -3. And that means this is one line. You want to be somewhat precise because since we're going to be putting another line on it, we want to make sure that we're pretty close to all the correct intersections because the other line is supposed to match up with it. And if we are a little shaky on where we draw them, we might end up picking an intersection. We might draw both of them a little off and then pick the wrong point. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to do the same thing. -2x, -2x. Here, I'll separate that. -y equals -2x plus 4. Up, -y, we need to divide everything by a negative. 2x minus 4. So, come to 4. There's -4. And up 2 and over 1, or the slope of 2 and over 1, up 2. And it looks like we have a meeting place there. Draw my line through these. And that's my point. The thing is that right now, I'll let everybody finish and make sure you get to that point. If I stopped right here, I couldn't give myself full credit. Because solve means to actually get the answer of the x and the y. So I have to find the x value of x equals 3 and the y value of y equals 2. And I'm doing something sort of wrong. I want everybody to catch up to here and then I'll tell you that you can't leave it like that. Yes?
Oh, I don't know
What do you think it should be?
You'd put it in the parentheses.
That's it. I see that a lot from people, and as an in-between intermediary step, you're allowed to do that if you want to, but don't give it to me as a final answer, because that's a point on a graph. And points on graphs are shown as coordinate points with the x value here and the y value here. That is the answer I want to see. So please make sure that you do that. That format I'm really picky about, because it's a point. So you need to write it as a point. You know, it deserves to be written as a point. You know, I wouldn't blame it for being sort of mad if you don't make it a point because it's a point, so you need to give it credit for being a point. Okay, point made. Pun not intended that time. Now, let's come down to the next ones here, and we're going to graph this one. In fact, you know how to graph, so please graph these two lines. And this one has a slightly different type of result. So please graph these two. And I'm using this next two to illustrate a different type of result, which you should know already. You just won't know until you won't remember it till you see it. So if it helps anybody, I've made both of those y equals mx plus b forms, so you can make sure you write on those, and then graph them in there. So where's the point where they meet? Never. What is it?
They don't meet.
Yeah. So what do you say in that case?
No
You-
solution?
No solution. There's no place that they meet, there's no actual answer, so you say, the best answer is no solution. Other answers that you'll find in higher math, they'll sometimes accept this. Remember, brackets include what the answer is. Well, it's empty, right? So it's the empty set of, there's no answer inside it, so that's one way to do it. You can also do that symbol, which is null set, which means that there is no answer. But no solution is actually the more common way for this kind of thing. Now, this is one variation. The other variation you'll see sometimes is, let's say that after I did this one is my